All right, folks, here we are, July 9th, 2023 for a Sunday night session, coming in a little bit late. So I'm going to send out a quick tweet to let everybody know that we are live for the night. Thank you for joining me. And while you guys are waiting for me to get this one started, make sure you have subscribed, hit that notification bell, and let's make sure that we tell our friends and family that the greatest transfer of wealth in world history is underway. And we better have a program if we want to take advantage of it because it's moving quickly. The window of opportunity is closing. And I wish I could tell you the information that I just came across. I cannot speak on it, but let me just tell you folks, I'm about to get off this live show tonight and I'm about to share an emergency message with my Patreon Discord members, with the investment community that we have over there. We're going to be talking about something that I can't share publicly, but folks, what we have just come across is absolutely massive. I titled this session here tonight, A Ripple Revolution, because we have a once in a lifetime opportunity to invest in the company, in the token XRP, that is going to run the new financial system, that is going to actually establish themselves as one of the leaders in the new financial system. Now, this transition, this moment in time, we aren't going to see in our lifetimes again, right? This is a once-in-a-lifetime shift, and we haven't seen something like this take place in 50 years. You go back even over the last 100 years, there's only been a couple times that even compare or come close, okay? And so this time we're living through is going to be chaotic. There's going to be many distractions. But when we keep our eyes on the prize and we understand how massive this opportunity is, folks, you would not believe the information that I just came across. Like I said, after I get off the live tonight, I'm going to be sharing an emergency message with my Discord members. I can't speak on the information publicly. I apologize. This thing's moving. It's moving quickly. What we've been talking about has been confirmed. And I'm telling you folks right now, I wish I could say more. It's happening. This thing's moving. It's happening. And our time is running out. And I'm not just saying that for FOMO, clickbait, BS, views, nothing like that. I want people to genuinely be able to take advantage of this opportunity. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for smashing the thumbs up and sharing this message far and wide. You're going to want to tell your friends and family that this time, this opportunity is slipping away. Let's get on board the train. Rosie Rios told us, we understand it very well. The train has left the station. It's about to go quantum. We're talking about the financial system. We're talking about resetting everything as we know it. I got a real estate update coming for you guys called the Great Real Estate Reset. That is going to be the title of the next real estate update. It's going to be coming here shortly for you guys as well. This opportunity is massive in each asset class. And folks, we're going to hammer it down here tonight. Current events, cryptocurrency, and the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Thank you for joining me. At the time of this recording, folks, let's check our prices. 30,074. We're ticking back down to start the new trading week. To start the new week here, we're already moving back down for Bitcoin, 1858 for Ethereum, and a 46-cent XRP. Let's take a look at the sticks 4-hour chart. We see that we've been trending sideways here for a while. Starting to tick back down towards my Bitcoin short, so I'm getting a little excited. 29,700 is my average entry on my Bitcoin short that I'm currently in, and I say that not to give you financial advice, but just to be transparent and show you that I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm shorting the heck out of Bitcoin right now while I am ridiculously long on XRP, Ripple, and what we're building out with our community. It's absolutely massive. Now let's start off here, current events. We got to touch on this one. Robert Kennedy Jr. has entered the conversation. And as an American who wants to save his country, I absolutely love where he is moving the rhetoric that is taking place in this country, where he is taking the conversation here in this country. In regards to reforming the CIA and the riots in France, he says, quote, "What's happened is the clandestine services, the groups that fix elections and murder leaders and bribe and blackmail and propagandize, it has become the tail that wags the espionage dog." And so he's calling out the CIA for what's taken place here. I wanted to get the reaction, though, here from General Flynn, who summarizes this so well. I see we're starting out with a 10 spot from Young Quavo. I see you in the chat. Massive 10 spot to start the night here, folks. Let's get it rocking and rolling with a little one from General Mike Flynn. Huge shout out. He says, "You are correct, Robert Kennedy Jr., in stating that there must be necessary reforms in our various agencies. I would argue that some we could just take out completely. But those reforms you describe are not what we need. For us to create a domestic and an international intelligence and espionage capability, we must start first with a mission that matches our Constitution and aligns with an acceptable culture that is based on our values and principles that are acceptable to to our American way of life. And these must be then rigorously adhered to. Once these are brought into alignment, then we can begin to fix the lines and the blocks of various organizational charts. Moving boxes and creating walls furthers the current ability of those elected and unelected bureaucrats, Gary Gensler, who wish to usurp the Constitution and disregard the rule of law. National security is the sole responsibility of the President of the United States, and that is where the buck stops. If you want in with your current paradigm, these out-of-control agencies will laugh in your face, still cash their large black program checks, wow, and wait you out, or worse, completely undermine your presidency. Wow. General Mike Flynn knows all about what's been taking place within our government, right, folks? God bless our military. God bless them. It is high time for severe government reform. Any future president of the United States, you, Donald Trump, or anyone must be prepared to face headwinds that would stop an aircraft carrier in its own wake on a dime. The powers that be, folks, are incredibly powerful. Their tentacles stretch deep. The three-letter agencies is the top, and they work their way all the way down to the doofus moron that's working for these government agencies who has no idea what part of the, their own role within the beast system. Now, I actually highlighted this in the most recent job numbers that we got last week. When we look at the numbers on the jobs, nearly a third of the jobs were government jobs. This is not a real economy. This is not a strong economy. I mean, it's a real economy, but it's not how it used to be. And nearly a third of the jobs that they're touting is such a strong economy, such strong job numbers. Now we got the token term Bidenomics, when a third of the jobs are coming from the government. And then more so than that, when you look at the jobs numbers and you look at the truth in these stories of why are folks going out to get their second and their third time job? It's because inflation, it's because this economy is not what it used to be, and our Federal Reserve rug pulled us. And I'm going to show you guys that one here in a moment. Excuse me. Lastly, regardless of where you or others stand, a future President of the United States must acknowledge that all federal intelligence and law enforcement agencies are deeply compromised. The next America First president must move quickly to correct this problem. Trust me, there are too many foreign agents freely operating inside of our country, and they all have domestic enablers. These compromised leaders are why we have as many of the problems we have dating back as far back as World War II. If we continue to allow foreign networks to operate with impunity because of certain domestic enablers, and these are not immediately shut down, America is doomed. There is a way out of the valley of the shadow of darkness. There are good, clear solutions to all problem. What feels impossible is simply a starting point. God bless America. Couldn't have said it better. General Mike Flynn, someone who's been in the trenches, been fighting this deep state, been fighting this system of corruption for a very long time, and God willing, we are going to be able to strike down this evil. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. If you love the energy, if you are vibing with us over here, please smash that thumbs up. Please tell your friends and family, and let's keep it moving. We got a lot to cover here tonight in regards to the BRICS nations gathering for the summit next month. Let's talk about this. And this is from Jim Rickards. And this VBL's ghost says this: this is the most sensible take on the will they, won't they chatter about a BRICS potentially announcing the new reserve currency. James Rickards, quote, "A BRICS gold-linked currency will be previewed August 22nd to be implemented in stages, and the Shanghai the Shanghai organization will merge with BRICS. Others will join." So here's the truth of the matter, folks. The writing's on the wall. And everybody, all the smart money's already moving. As I've been saying, they're not waiting for the BRICS announcement to take place to start stocking up record amounts of gold. And I'm not just saying this. This is being confirmed by the vaults getting absolutely drained. And then we confirm it with this: an increasing number of countries are repatriating gold reserves as protection against the sort of sanctions imposed by the West on Russia. This is shared by Gold Telegraph. This has been confirmed by our sources as well, and by the data. out of the vaults, and countries are demanding it back. Andy Schectman himself saying that these countries know what's taking place and they're asking for their gold to be delivered to them, just like many of you in our community are asking for the precious metals to get delivered directly to you. It's all over at my website, zachrector.com. If you need that to get done, we will take care of you. The central banks are doing the same thing. These governments are doing the same thing to protect themselves against the dollar, to protect themselves against the sanctions, and so that they can reset, restructure, revalue, and start to uplift their own personal economy. That's what's taking place. We cannot wait for the announcement. And whether or not they announce the reserve currency here next month, in a month and a half, by the time they make the announcement, it's going to be too late. So that's the point. The front running's already began, and we got to make sure that we're positioned. So like I said, if you need the precious metals, it's just on over at my website, zachrector.com. Now, back home. What are they doing back home? Well, the powers that be are not our friends. They're no part of the federal government, but they are a private-owned central bank in our Federal Reserve, which has done the fastest rug pull of the United States economy in history. What am I talking about? Let's take a look here. Friendly reminder of where we are at, shared by Amy Nixon on Twitter. With another hike on the table for July, honestly, we're in uncharted territory. Enjoy the calm waters while they last. Amen. I couldn't say that better because, folks, it's going to get rough, especially in real estate. This is the fastest that they have risen rates, more fast than any other time in recent history. Look at these charts. Look at the comparison. You see 1518, how slow that was. You see 99 to 2000, and how short-lived some of these were. Now, we're approaching a point in time here where they are going to flip, right? That's the trillion-dollar question, is when is the Fed going to pivot? We got the soft pivot by pausing the interest rate hikes, but the damage has already been done, taking us from nearly 0% interest rates all the way up to 5 percentage points for that effective federal funds rate. Now the average mortgage is pushing over 7% here, and that's in the real estate market. And so this is the rug pull of the United States that I'm talking about. This is the controlled demolition that is the buzzword shared by so many. It's not a joke. It's not a meme. It's reality. It's confirmed in the data. It's not a talking point. It's how are you going to survive? That's the point we're at. While the doofus morons and the talking heads on CNBC and the economists debate whether or not we're in a technical recession, we've been warning that the squeeze is on. I saw another post shared by someone tonight talking about shrinkflation and how the Costco, the Kirkland brand paper towels, used to be 160 sheets. Now they're 140 sheets. You know, they noticed that they were going through the paper towels a little bit faster. They go back and take a look. Now you're getting less paper towels. And you're thinking, well, Zach, this is just a dumb little example. No, it's not. This is reality hitting back home. And we just covered last week how Americans are having to pay 71% more to feed themselves at home than they were just over the last couple years. 70% more to feed themselves at home. And that it is cheaper to eat out at fast food meals. The average fast food meal is just under $10 at about $9. And feeding yourself at home, the same meal costs $23, is the numbers from that survey that we just pulled. And they want to tout that they're winning the fight against inflation because their government manipulated data is back down to 4%. Now this week, we get to confirm more of this economic data. So we'll get to see if I'm just, another talking head that's, everybody wants to say that I'm doom and gloom, right? And everybody in the crypto space wants to say that we've entered the next bull run. And I'm saying, hold up. Look at the macroeconomic picture. Look at a reset that is actually taking place in real time. Look at the reserve currency now being replaced. Now, we get data this week that's going to be very interesting from the Kobesi letter, the summary. Key events this week. CPI inflation data on Wednesday. So we get to see what that inflation rate's going to be at coming in for the June data. We get that on Wednesday with the PPI producer inflation numbers on Thursday. Jobless claims on Thursday. Consumer sentiment on Friday. Q2 2023 bank earnings begin. Let's see how healthy these banks are. Total of 8 Fed speakers this week. So we got the Fed boys and girls speaking. Volatility is set to return to markets this week. We are already seen Bitcoin actually move back down at the time of this recording, about 740 on the West Coast, Sunday night session, as we move into the crypto section here shortly, folks. We got one from John Deaton, though. Interest payments on track to $1 trillion this year. We're going to be paying $1 trillion on our federal government interest payments, folks. Not sustainable. And it's truly incredible when we think and we compare to how it used to be in the good old days. John Deaton says this: regular people have no idea what a staggering number this is. When I was a kid, the government used to talk about spending in the millions, i.e., this project will cost $150 million. In my 20s and 30s, spending was discussed in the billions, i.e., this project will cost $30 billion. Now, just the interest alone is going to be $1 trillion this year. And you guys have been seeing all the money that we've probably spent and sent over $100 billion to Ukraine already. I mean, we're somewhere between 50 and 100 billion, I would have to guess. We already confirmed that we were at 50 billion, and I think that the number is probably pushing close to 100 billion. So we wonder why this isn't going to be sustainable. We continue to fund wars overseas. We continue to launch new government programs. Everybody gets a handout. Nobody has to work. And if you do work, well, a third of the jobs are coming from the government. So go get a nice cushy government job. And interest payments on our federal government debt set to hit $1 trillion this year. It's not sustainable. And it's not sustainable for the folks back home. When we look at the credit cards and the car payments delinquencies, massive signs shared here by Darth Powell. These charts here show credit card delinquency rates at 2008 levels. Not good. Car payments also approaching 2008 levels. That's the auto loan transitions to serious delinquency. So I don't know what that means. 90 days behind. That's bad. 90 days behind. If you get that far behind on your car payment, I mean, that's going to be a problem. Now we roll on into the crypto update and we talk about Elizabeth Warren. All these senators and politicians that have been sold out by the banksters want to come in and say that crypto is only used for crimes and how bad and evil crypto is, right? Meanwhile, we see that JP Morgan Chase has paid almost coming up on $39 billion in fines for banking securities and additional violations as new SEC enforcement action kicks in. Now, remember, they got fined time and time again for rigging the precious metals, for manipulating every single market. It's now tallied up to nearly $39 billion, and it probably needs to be 10 times that, if we're being honest. It probably needs to be 10 times that. The operations that have been facilitated through this organization and the rigging of markets that has taken place has absolutely been criminal. And JP Morgan, they can pay the $39 billion, right? Because this is a game that's worth trillions to them. So $39 billion, that's just part of doing business. Part of their business model is cutting the checks to the, paying the fines and continuing with their business. Just part of the business model. Now we roll into crypto, folks. Take a look at this massive depeg of Tether, Binance, and Ethereum as well on Binance US. Whalewire shares this. Mainstream crypto media is dead silent on Tether depegging on Binance. This is major news. Let's not forget that unbacked Tether makes up over 85% of Bitcoin's volume. It's essentially the glue holding everything together. Once it fails, we will see a true catastrophe. Now, folks have been talking about Tether collapsing for a long time. I know many folks actually think that Tether's going to make it through. But regardless, you're seeing the liquidity dry up, you're seeing the manipulation still rampant, and you are seeing an absolute, as Bare Naked Crypto says, an absolute Shiite show taking place on Binance.us. And he says all the bulls can talk about is technicals, just like the bears talked about technicals when BTC first hit 30K during the bull market, then went to 69K. It's not all about the technical, and sometimes the chart don't predict the news. What is happening to Bitcoin, Tether, USDC on Binance US? And even Ethereum too has actually, they're trading at way less. They're trading below 27,000 for Bitcoin on Binance US. They're trading below 1,700 for Ethereum. Tether went down to 88 cents today. and USDC down to 89 cents. Massive depegs for both of the largest stablecoins and for the top two cryptocurrencies. And so, if you want to play the arbitrage game, you might have an opportunity there. Not financial advice, and I'm not playing games like this with these exchanges. We've been talking about Tether. We've been talking about these exchanges not being our friends, but just simply conducting our business transaction and then getting our crypto the heck off of these platforms. But this is something to watch here closely. Binance facing many issues with the SEC lawsuit. We know that. And this is a company that I do think will make it, that will survive, because they were the biggest in the space. They have a lot of money behind them. Whether CZ gets sacrificed, whether some of the, 75% of the executives have left Binance in the last year. So they're bailing ship, right? But I do think that they still have a place. They do have a role. It's just a matter of how big of a fine are they going to have to pay and who's all going to have to serve time and actually get the handcuffs put on them, because there is some bad stuff that did take place there for sure, in my opinion. But let's let them have their day in court. But in the meantime, folks, I don't want our community to get caught up in this mess. Right? So watch out right now. If you want to go play that arbitrage game, it's happening. We've seen this on other exchanges right now too. But folks, this is Operation Choke Point moving in at full steam. Liquidity getting pinched on different exchanges, different platforms having issues. This is only going to continue. I don't know which exchange is going to be next. I don't think that Binance should be compared necessarily to FTX, even though they were doing a lot of the same things. A lot of manipulation, a lot of rigging, a lot of betting, as we just covered. Tether accounting for over 80-something% of the Bitcoin trading volume. It's a fraud and it's a manipulation. And so it's not that I hate Bitcoin. It's not that I hate Tether. We just have to clean this space up before we can move forward. And the only one that has a clean slate, in my opinion, is XRP and Ripple. And that's the opportunity of a lifetime that I'm so excited to share with you guys here tonight. As we roll into it, we got an XRP update that's absolutely massive here tonight. Quietly, Binance launches XRP options. XRP now joins the select Bitcoin Ethereum BNB group. Why XRP? Why just now? And so for whatever reason, Binance launches XRP options out of nowhere, right? And now the CFTC has said that if there's a futures contract for the asset, that makes it a commodity. And if there's a securities contract for it, that's what makes it a security. And as we all know, there is no investment contract with XRP. With a futures contract like this, that would mean that XRP is a commodity. That would mean that it also is a currency, right? Similar to gold, similar to silver. And now we're starting to see transactions on the XRP ledger ramping up. And I've been talking about the supply shock that's coming in for XRP for a while, but now we're starting to see the numbers come out on how much XRP has actually been burned and how much the transactions are going up. As more utility comes on the ledger, even more XRP is going to get burned. And so we see this report here from Masari, and I dropped a video this morning that was based off of Masari finally giving XRP a fair coverage, because Masari's been one of those crypto outfits, crypto mainstream, that didn't want to talk about XRP other than to hate on it, talk crap, say that it's a centralized banker's coin, and make their whole platform basically about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the Ethereum tokens that were, ERC20 tokens. Finally, mainstream crypto and mainstream media like Fox Business is starting to go bullish on XRP. So Masari put out this report here on how the XRP ledger has been working, and this one was shared to me by Cowboy Crypto here on Twitter. Definitely a must follow. I got a couple from him to share here. Transaction fees on the XRP ledger are burned, applying deflationary pressure to the total supply of 100 billion XRP. We all understand that. Since the XRP ledger's inception, only around 10 million XRP have been burned. Counteracting the burn rate, there is 1 billion XRP that vests to Ripple per month. So 1 billion XRP gets released to Ripple every month. We understand that as well. Any XRP not spent or distributed by Ripple in that month is returned to escrow. In Q1 2023, total XRP sales by Ripple net of purchases were up 60% from Q4 2022, from 226 to 361 million. This system will continue until the remaining 48 billion XRP becomes liquid. Now, what's been so fascinating about how Ripple has acted as the custodians to this escrow is that they've only been releasing about 20-30%. They keep on putting so much back into their own coffers, onto their own balance sheet. And you have to remember that when Ripple's going out on their balance sheet, on their report, they are actually not even including the XRP in escrow on their balance sheet. Even though that XRP escrow is worth something, right? And, they could realize the money that it's worth every month if they wanted to sell off. And, but they are not putting it on their balance sheet because they don't realize it as theirs, as their asset, until it is realized from their escrow. Why does that matter? Well, it matters because you guys are seeing the valuations for Ripple at $10 billion valuation. The most recent one was $15 billion valuation, and that was after we discovered a while ago. This was like last year, I think, when Ripple actually bought back some of their own shares. And so you're seeing Ripple's actually been buying back their own shares. They've been buying back XRP, and they've only been giving XRP to their on-demand liquidity institutional partners while they park about 75%, about 3/4 of the XRP that's been released to them from escrow, they're putting back in. And it gets time locked again for 55 months. So for, 2.5 years here, that XRP gets locked up again. Now, last month, I believe they actually, I think that they only released like 100 million XRP. You guys can correct me in the comments down below if that changed, if they ended up releasing more. But from what I saw, they only actually released about 100 million XRP. So they've been trickling it out. And I really believe that they've been responsible custodians of the XRP escrow. And everything that Ripple's been doing is about growing the XRP ecosystem. So I'm not going to sit here and complain that they put up $250 million for an NFT fund, because I think that 90% of NFTs on the XRP ledger don't have real utility, and I'm not interested in. That's not the point. The point is that they are investing over hundreds of millions of dollars, and I would say even $1 billion has been surpassed in their investments into XRP crypto, spending $200 million on the SEC lawsuit, $250 million acquisition of Medico. You are seeing that they are doing they did the largest NFT creator fund, $250 million. We covered yesterday how they've had their university research initiative for 5 years now. That started with the $50 million fund. And folks want to complain that, that's not enough money. You shouldn't have gave money here. They don't have to do this. They didn't have to fight for clarity of XRP. They could have abandoned XRP and just moved to a different ledger. But no. Brad said XRP is the heartbeat of Ripple. Brad showed up in Vegas, and he told us, and I'll never forget this moment. In that room, Brad shows up, and we knew somebody was coming because Brad Kimes had told us. He said, we got a big hitter coming through. I wish I could tell you. And my guess was it was either Brad or David. Sure enough, Brad Garlinghouse walks in, as classy as ever. He gives us a great little spiel, and then he says, we're going to win this thing, and then we're going to throw a proper party. The confidence of this company and the success in the middle of this lawsuit has been so incredible, so resilient. And when you think about what's about to take place once we get set free, the crypto space hasn't seen nothing yet. And the financial world hasn't seen anything like this in a very long time. Ripple is about to be the darling of the financial world. Of all the fintechs, of all the startups, when you think of Amazon, Facebook, Google, all of the top companies in the world, Ripple is about to be joining those ranks, in my humble opinion. I titled this session here tonight, A Ripple Revolution, because they truly are revolutionizing this whole internet of value. Mega Man with the 2 spot, haven't been able to catch you live in a bit. I appreciate you for coming in here. The 2 spot for the Canadian funny money. I see you, and I appreciate you, Mega Man. Thank you so much. And this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is why we titled this session here tonight, A Ripple Revolution. We see this article here shared to me by Cowboy Crypto here. Ripple Labs to revolutionize real estate industry through tokenization. Let's take a quick look at this article, folks. This is from Cointelegraph, and as I said, this is Cointelli. This is mainstream crypto news, right? That has not been friendly to Ripple, not been friendly to XRP. Now the narrative's flipping. Now we're going to put out articles titled Ripple Labs to revolutionize real estate industry through tokenization. And we covered this with the Hong Kong project that they're working on. Digital payments and blockchain technology company Ripple Labs has announced an initiative to transform the real estate industry using tokenization. Anthony Welfare, central bank digital currency advisor at Ripple, highlighted the growing global interest in CBDCs and stablecoins in a July 7th tweet. He emphasized that Ripple's team is actively exploring practical applications for CBDCs and stablecoins, focusing on tokenizing real estate assets. During a fintech conference in Romania, Welfare presented a use case that combines the digital Hong Kong dollar, tokenized real estate, and finance lending protocols. This innovative pilot program aims to enable users to tokenize real estate assets and utilize them as collateral for loans, leveraging Ripple's CBDC platform. In its exploration of real estate tokenization and using blockchain and digital currencies, Ripple is looking to tackle current obstacles in the real estate sector. Now, I love to hear this because this is something that I'm very interested in myself, is tokenizing our real world businesses and actually utilizing the XRP ledger in a way that there is going to be a commercial incentive. There is going to be a commercial utility, right? It's not going to be just banks and institutions interested in XRP and how the XRP ledger can benefit them, but businesses, small, medium, large, are going to be interested in utilizing this ledger because of the, all the reasons that we know and have come to love our precious little XRP for, right? And when we see the supply demand side of the tokenomics as well, this is where I'm saying we're coming up on a supply shock moment, clarity for XRP, Ripple's about to IPO, and they're about to have the spotlight shined, the veil lifted. All of the NDAs, all of the contracts, all that's done. Bank of America partnership, we get to fully realize what actually that partnership is about. We hear the rumors that, Bank of America said at the Swell conference this last year that they're excited to use XRP on-demand liquidity after the lawsuit. Well, we're going to see what their full intentions are after this lawsuit's over, after the NDAs are over, and they announce how they're going to use on-demand liquidity in XRP and how much XRP they've added to their balance sheet. And maybe we'll never know. Maybe they'll just admit that, yeah, we did add some to our balance sheet. We won't ever know how much that number is, right? But we know, as we've said, right, R3 tried to get $5 billion back in 2016. That's about when Bank of America Ripple partnership started as well. And you can only imagine what's taken place since. Now, we look, and this is a massive deal. Another central bank working with Ripple, another institution working with Ripple. But the utility impacts the whole world. Tokenizing real estate impacts everyone. And that's why I love the real estate asset class so much. I'm so excited to start investing in real estate, is because it's a utility that everybody needs. And so this opportunity is absolutely massive. Ripple working on it with the Hong Kong Digital Dollar Project. And this is the revolution that they've been building out, and it's about to be unveiled for the whole world to see. How's it going to impact the price action? Let's take a look. I got a couple things here to show on the TA, which reminds me, I was going to make a point. When I was showing you guys Bare Naked Crypto's comments on, sometimes it's not always in the technicals. That's what I've been saying with XRP and Ripple. How do you put a summary judgment conclusion on the charts? How do you put a global reset of the financial system on the charts? It's difficult to do. And even if you're coming up on the timeline that matches up with your charts, which I'm about to show you that it does, the next 100 days is about to be massive, and we're coming up on a real inflection point. It's hard to predict how high we're going to go, how far we're going to break out. But let's take a look at some TA here real quick, folks. This is massive. Now, we see this one from EJ Reg Crypto to start. XRP last 100 days, September through October. Buckle up, XRP community. The next 100 days will be make it or break it phase for our precious XRP. As we enter Q3 of 2023, I want to share some key levels of support and resistance to keep an eye on. Let's dive in. We got support at 45, 42, and 42, or 42.5 and 42 cents. Big time support coming in at 42 cents. Major support coming in at 38 cents. Our resistance levels to the upside, 48.50. Major resistance at 54 cents and 54 and 58 cents. Judge Torres, however, we must acknowledge the potential impact of the ongoing legal proceedings. Judge Torres' decision could have significant implications of XRP's price. The outcome of the case might slingshot the price in either direction, depending on the verdict and subsequent actions. Stay level-headed. While it's important to stay informed and monitor the legal developments closely, we must remember that the market's reaction can be unpredictable. Emotions can run high, leading to short-term volatility. It's crucial to maintain a long-term perspective and not get swayed by short-term fluctuations. Personal opinion. Personally, I remain steadfast in my accumulation strategy. Continuing with my monthly and weekly contributions through dollar cost averaging, I believe in the potential of XRP and its utility in the evolving digital economy. XRP Army, stay steady. Brace yourselves for an exciting and critical period ahead. Let's power through the last 100 days of the year together, keeping a watchful eye on Judge Torres' decision while staying committed to our long-term vision. Amen. God bless them. Here's the chart for you guys. You see we're coming up. We're zooming in on this moment in time here where the next inflection point, and we can go either way the next 100 days. We can go either way. Now, the only ruling that we could get that I think takes us down lower would be basically this case is going to trial in some sort of way or fashion. Whether she, says XRP in the secondary markets is not a security. That would be fantastic. That would give us clarity. But part of this case, I do think that Ripple did violate certain sections, Section 5 violations of the securities laws, and part of this case is going to proceed. That would potentially be bad, right? But or maybe she doesn't even give us the second. Really, the worst would be she doesn't rule on secondary markets and the case continues to trial. That is when I think that we could see that coincide with other macroeconomic stuff that does take us down to the downside. So I want to cover our bases here, right? There's an opportunity that we go back down. And I'm going to show you guys on the next chart what those levels are at. We can go back down, and upon breakout, if we go back up, this thing's ready to rip too. What I like to do is to take out our bias, and that's what we do with an inverted chart. That's what I'm going to show you here next from Crypto Insight UK. He says, with Judge Torres' ruling at any time, will XRP fall into the abyss? Now, what does he mean by fall into the abyss? Well, he's got this chart inverted. So we got this thing flipped upside down, and you can see here we're coming up on that inflection point. And if we fall into the abyss, where does that take us? Well, he's got this thing running all the way to $10 and $14 down here and below. Now, if we actually break out and we are going to be going down in price, you could see, we could wick up to 33 cents. EG Reg Crypto just said 48 cents, and that's basically where this wedge meets up. That's where that resistance would be at. But we like to take the bias out of it. We do the technical analysis with the chart flipped upside down, remove our bias, and you see, regardless, whether we're going up, whether we're going down, the next 100 days, through the end of this year, is going to be absolutely make or break. And folks, the opportunity is once in a lifetime, and I'm not here for FOMO. I'm not here for clickbait. I'm not trying to give anybody financial advice, but the timeline is about to run out. The path, the runway is about to run out before this thing takes off. It's gone, and nobody else is getting on board. The train is about to move hypersonic, and nobody's about to be getting on board. Do you get what I'm talking about here? And that's in regards to Ripple about to go public after they get clarity, after this case is over. And that's about XRP price levels that easily can go to double digits. Volatility coming in will be absolutely massive. I want my community to be prepared. I want my community to continue taking action. Whether the case ends next week, whether it doesn't happen till the end of this year, we know we have this moment coming up soon. Things are going to progress quickly. They already are. And like I said, I wish I could share a little bit more information that I just came across here recently. I'm not going to be able to, but at this moment in time, I have a little bit. We have, we ran up about 37 minutes here on tonight's update. That's pretty good for me. Usually I rant for about an hour. I'm going to take about 15, 17 minutes here to take some Q&A, and then I'm going to have to go record a special message for my Discord community. This is truly unbelievable what we are coming across right now, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Many people are going to get left behind, and I'm not here to tell you what to do, what to invest in, who to love, or what to believe in, but I am telling you what I'm doing, and that's stacking more silver. I'm going to be stacking more XRP, and we are looking to move in the real estate asset class in a major way. If you want to join us, our community of investment, like-minded individuals in our investment community takes place over at my website. You guys can get tapped in over there. With that being said, guys, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up. Let's do some Q&A. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday session. God bless you all. We may have to go to the Supreme Court. We may be going to the Supreme Court in 2025. I was actually thinking about this today. Depending on, whether or not we have an election in 2024, is it going to be a contested election? How extended the timeline could actually be, right? The timeline could actually be extended out to 2025 or even 2026. Say Trump does come back, like I'm predicting he will. He's going to come in, but he's going to have a lot of chaos taking place. He's going to have a lot of resistance. And so we'll see what all can get passed. We'll have a new Congress, but it might take until 2025, 2026 to really start to adjust and make a move here. Now, what I'm watching, though, is we have the Bitcoin halving coming up here in April of next year. So I'm looking for the crypto bull run and for us to take the next move up beginning next year. And I think that this will coincide with the Fed pivoting, starting to drop interest rates. The market will move back up, but it's going to just wipe out. The dollar will be toast. This is the final nail in the coffin for the United States dollar as we know it. And they'll have to reset it, restructure, revalue it in some sort of way or fashion. Whether that's gold-backed, whether that's CBDC, they have to do something. Whether that's debt jubilee, whether that's a Great Depression. It's not going to be a soft landing. Inflation's not transitory. They tell us and are admitting now that it's going to be a mild recession. To me, that means that they're about to set us up for a sacrifice. When is the best time frame for a financial collapse? I believe that it's already underway. Main Street businesses are already struggling. Real estate's already started its reset. The Great Real Estate Reset's going to be the title of my next real estate update. It's already started. The opportunity for us only gets better. And for those of you that own real estate, have a little bit of equity, you got to figure out how to position yourselves right now, how to preserve that equity. Now, if you're not moving anytime, you don't really care, right? You're just going to be living in your place. You can make the monthly payment and you're going to sit tight. For those of you that got the 3% interest rates, 2% interest rates on your mortgage, God bless you, right? But a lot of folks are trapped right now because the real estate market's resetting in real time, and you can't go from a 3% mortgage payment to a 7% mortgage payment. Not unless you want about half the house. That's the problem, and that's why prices will have to adjust somewhat. They already are, but all markets are not created equal. So I always got to throw in that caveat when I mention real estate, that not all markets are created equal. How are we doing tonight, family? God bless you all. God bless you all, guys. If you're looking to get precious metals, just head on over to my website. We can get them shipped directly to you. We can roll over the precious metals to 401k retirement account to precious metals. We can help you out with that. Great rant, bro. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you guys. I know you guys like the live streams. I know you guys miss them. I wish I had more time to do live streams these days, folks. I got to take a deep breath and I got to remain calm because I'm not joking around. I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not doing anything silly. This thing is, you wouldn't believe what we just came across. I can't speak on it. Unbelievable. Hammer says, all right, brother, Discord news release time. And I'm not just saying that because I want to get people to sign up and come to my Discord group. I'm saying that because of the legal implications. It's not a joke. So that's why. I wish I could. I cannot say it publicly. You lifting yet, Zach? Don't give me that Dan P excuse. Well, spiritual, mental, physical. It's part of the deal. Yeah, man. No, I'm not lifting right now. I still get a lot of physical labor though, right? From time to time, I still help out with the landscape jobs and, just my own lifestyle. I remain really active too. So I try to remain healthy. I'm not lifting right now, but, yeah, it's something that, the dad bod, I know that that's in, but I don't know. I gotta maintain the slim fit dad bod. Mostly because I just don't want to buy new clothes, right? I'm gonna have to go replace all my shirts, all my jeans again. 100%. Yeah, I wish I had time to lift these days. I should make it more of a priority, but I was going to get some dumbbells just so I could catch the pump while we're watching the charts, while we're, doing our deals. We're lining up so much on the back end, folks. It's absolutely massive. All the Discord members in the chat, like, let's go to Discord. Let's go. Is the secret information based on XRP or America? Well, it's funny because it kind of ties all in together. XRP, America, the current events, everything that's taking place. I can't even say what it's about, though. Actually, I think I can't. I should shut this live stream off because I'm going to say too much. I lift diapers now. That's exactly right, Shannon. We got the babies. Yep. How much longer do you think that we'll be able to buy XRP? It's a great question. I just saw someone post about how basically there's only a couple exchanges that are operating in the United States right now, that are legitimately operating in the United States, right? There's obviously a lot of exchanges and sites where you're not doing KYC, you can still get crypto, but they're not legally licensed, right? But like states like New York, it is nearly impossible for folks to get cryptocurrency in New York. I don't know how many exchanges. I think I heard that there's only like 1 or 2 exchanges that really work in New York, unless you got a VPN and you're doing backdoor stuff. I'm talking about legal, on the up and up. And so when you think about just getting XRP relisted in a state like New York, think about that, right? We're at 4.6 million wallets total for XRP in existence. There's only 4.6 million wallets. We got millions upon millions of people in New York. And we just, make XRP available in New York alone, we might add another million wallets to XRP. That's where this is going, folks. And think about the more and more people that get into XRP, the more and more wallets people are going to open up as well. And now the minimum reserve is 10 XRP right now. It got lowered from 20 XRP to 10. So now it takes 10 XRP for everyone to open up additional wallets. And then also to set up a trust line, if you want to go use another, or basically get another XRP Ledger token, you got to set up that trust line and you got to set off 2 XRP off to the side. Now that doesn't sound like much, but let's just be fun. Like, let's just say we get to $100. When it takes $1,000 to open an XRP wallet, right? You could actually be looking at a place where you're actually leasing XRP wallets, because XRP wallets become unaffordable. But those of us that are sitting on XRP, we could actually lease out a wallet for somebody else to use that wants to use the XRP ledger. Now that sounds crazy, right? But that's where this could potentially go down the road when you're looking at only about 50 billion in a circulating supply, or we should really call it a released supply. The released supply of XRP is about 50 billion. The circulating supply, the true supply that is actually available for liquidity, utility, cross-border payments, is much less. 10 billion, 20 billion, even 30 billion, right? That's all that's available for actually settling transactions, utility, NFTs. As we titled this session tonight, a Ripple revolution, Ripple working on revolutionizing the real estate industry, tokenizing real estate as well. All of that's taking up and burning XRP. We've only had about 10 million XRP burned so far. So we're just, and remember, XRP's had not much utility other than just being a great bridge currency up until now. Now we're getting NFTs. Now we're getting automated market makers. Now we're getting updated hooks, smart contracts coming. So now people will actually be using XRP other than just holding it. More XRP is getting burned. More trust lines are getting created. More wallets getting created. Ripple's about to be the darling of mainstream news. They're about to be telling us in the same segment on Fox Business how to buy XRP the crypto and how to buy Ripple the stock. Now, when Jim Cramer comes out and says that he thinks that Ripple's the darling of the crypto space, that's when we run for the hills, right? When Jim Cramer comes out and says that he's bullish on XRP and Ripple, I'm selling everything. Just kidding. I'm not going to sell everything. I'm not here to give you financial advice. But we know when we get the Jim Cramer kiss of death, that's going to be it for this rodeo. And this is what I've been talking about with when in regards to XRP exit strategy, reallocation plan. What are we going to do with our XRP gains? Even if XRP just goes to $10, what's the plan next? The volatility that's coming in is going to be massive. People are already dumping their XRP. People can't afford to keep onto their XRP. And so when we go to $5, a new all-time high, when we go to $10, people are going to be running for the hills. They're going to say, take all my XRP, give me as much money as possible, and they're going to be running. They're going to take the money and run. Even a $2 XRP, guys, on the way up, we're going to have massive volatility. Massive sell pressure at $1. Think about that. We warned about this, about how we were going to be going through a recession with the macroeconomic picture. So folks weren't going to be able to hold on to their XRP bags. Myself included, I overinvested in XRP 100%, right? And so folks weren't going to be able to keep their bags through the recession, and it kills me. It breaks my heart to actually hear stories of people having to sell their XRP to fund their business, to pay off their bills, whatever happened. That's so unfortunate. But we warned about it. And we said, folks, a recession's coming. Inflation's not going away. Make sure that you start up your side hustle or figure out how to scale and grow your business. We got to get out of all bad debt. We got to get liquidity. We got to get cash on the sidelines, which reminds me, a lot of folks see me talk about, the de-dollarization that's taking place. And this is a narrative that's really grown very popular. A lot of people are talking about, even mainstream news is talking about de-dollarization. And I've been talking about it too. But don't think for a second that that doesn't mean I am not holding a lot of cash right now. Now, I'm holding a little bit in the form of physical cash, but I'm also, we are keeping cash liquid in the banks. We're establishing new banking relations. We're setting up new credit lines that I don't need to use, but I have them ready to go. It's dry powder. So I just established a new banking relationship, opened up a new credit line, don't need the credit now, right? I'm not going to need it to feed the family, but we're going to be using it to take advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. And so we got cash along with our precious metals, right? We got to keep some in physical form, absolutely. But I don't pull all my money out of the banks, right? I'm keeping some in so that I can get ready to go buy real estate and more businesses. Very simple. Very simple strategies. Real estate plan. I'm so excited. Businesses. And the real ones know. The real ones in our Discord community, I've talked to many of, I got to meet you folks in XRP Vegas. And it's incredible to me. The vibe in Vegas really said it all. When we all got together and we all got to sit around and talk about what we're building on the XRP ledger, the businesses that we're building outside of the XRP ledger, the investments that we're getting ready to make once XRP goes, the community was so positive, so focused, the mission so clear. And the truth is on our side. The timeline's been extended longer than we want, but we're investing in the inevitable. It's just a matter of, is this case going to end this year, next year? Or are we going to go to the Supreme Court and we don't finish till 2025? More time to stack. I see we got a super chat from George Crypto Mungo. Where is Discord address, please? If you want to get access to our Discord community investment community of like-minded individuals taking advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, you simply just go to my website, zachrector.com. There will be a link for our Patreon, and you're going to pay through Patreon to get your access to the Discord group. I love you guys. You guys are so funny in the chats. Brenda, oh my gosh, it was so much fun, wasn't it? XRP Vegas, such a pleasure meeting you, meeting Christy, meeting everyone else. We just did a Discord meetup in Dallas, actually. We already planned our next one. We're already working on the next one. So much fun. I'm planning on going to the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference again. That one was in late January, and so that one's going to be coming up, I think, again, late January in Vancouver, BC. So I'm planning on going to the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. XRP Vegas 24 is going to be absolutely massive. Oh my gosh. Depending on what's happened with the case, what's happened with Ripple IPOing, XRP Vegas 24 might be an absolute riot. It's going to be nuts. Even if we're still in the lawsuit, though, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be important for the community too. But I will be going to that, and then we've already planned a couple of Discord meetups for this winter time as well. So I will keep everyone updated on, conferences that I'm going to be attending, speaking at, Discord meetups that we're going to be hosting. We got a lot cooking, folks, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me take a few more questions. XR Peaky Blinder, 2-spot. Kramer in Discord calling Brad Gallinghouse. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gosh, can you guys imagine Kramer? Folks, I tell you about this XRP crypto. You know me. I'm not bullish on crypto, but this little XRP. Everybody's going to be hitting the sell button as fast as possible, trying to get out. Folks, the darling of this fintech space, this crypto space, really is the company Ripple. And we got their CEO, Brad Gallinghouse, on to talk about it today. We're doing fantastic. We're doing fantastic. Excuse me. Let's do a few more questions, guys. What else are we working on? How can I bring value to you guys? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe, so you don't miss any of our updates and everything. You can get in touch with us over at my website, zachrector.com. Crypto Rican Queen, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, absolutely. XRP's remained in the top 5 this whole time. Upcoming interviews. Yes, I got a couple in the works right now. Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to line up some interviews that are going to bring something new, something fresh. I feel like we've had the same conversations in the XRP community, so I'm going to be looking to branch out a little bit more too. But yeah, we got some upcoming interviews on the works right now. Can I form my own riddle off of the new info you can't drop? I can't. I can't even. No. Am I holding XDC? Yes, I am. I'm a big fan of XDC. Thank you, guys. Do I think that if it all goes to crap with dollar, these credit lines you speak of will be available? No, that's the thing, is that my credit lines could be pulled, right? They could say, we're canceling this credit card, we're canceling this line of credit, we don't want to do business with you, that's fine. Right now, for me, I like to give myself options with everything. With my banks, with my exchanges, I got multiple cryptos. I'm investing in multiple assets. I got 2 different businesses, new world business, old world business, physical, digital. That's how I position myself. Big bank, small bank. And whoever wants to work, whoever wants to do business, we're willing to work with them. Do I need another wine for this, Zach? Shannon, you might need something. I tell you what. I wish. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't believe. $8 to $12 easy, 30 if Bitcoin goes to all-time high as well. That's what gets pretty exciting about XRP when you run the numbers at even, $10. Life-changing. You approach $20, $30. Many folks, because you're just looking after the wallet numbers, right? A lot of folks hold 10, 20, 30. Some of the bigger hitters hold 100,000 plus. So when you get to, some of these price points, your little nest egg turns into something that we can actually really put to work. But that's what we're in the process of building out right now, is that plan for the next level, right? Okay, we've made our money on XRP. Now what? Is life over? We just get to sit on the beach? I think there's going to be a lot more work to be done after that. Even if we don't plan on working, right? We don't plan on running businesses. We want to just find a passive investment. Passive investing has been everybody's plan, everybody's desired program, but actually setting that up, actually implementing it is another story. Actually finding the right vehicle to invest in that's going to accomplish that for you has been the challenge, because everybody was winning during the participation trophy economy. You could invest with anybody in real estate and you would have made money. You could have invested in just about any stock, made money, right? During the last crypto bull run, throw money wherever you want. Throw money at the biggest jokes. You make even more money, right? That's not the reality anymore. And so now we need to invest with real operators, real team, real infrastructure, whether that's real estate, whether that's crypto, whether that's in our precious metals program. The strategies that we have for prepping, for precious metals, for cash, and or other, blackout barter is the term that I use. Blackout barter. The program, it was pretty extensive, but it's very simple, right? But it takes time to actually get started. A lot of people don't want to prep because there's this stigma about being the crazy guy in the bunker. And then when people actually want to start prepping, then they actually look at how much work it is and how much, due diligence you actually have to do, how much knowledge you actually have to gain. And so then they get hung up and they don't do anything at all. And so what we've done in our Discord community is we've had calls on prepping. We've had calls on real estate. We've had multiple sessions on our business development program, with much more coming on the way, by the way. We're going to finish out that business development program here this year for you guys. And we're going to continue to add to that program as well, too. Because, see, as I was saying, side hustles, if you don't want to go full-time in the business world, but side hustles, or we're going to scale up your existing business. That's what we were talking about there. But from there, then when we're looking at the real estate asset class as well, very tax favored and a great way to generate more of a passive income. You still got to trust but verify your property managers, your real estate agents, your brokers, everyone that you have a relationship with. But that's what we're in the process of building out right now, is a bulletproof team to move in that real estate asset class. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this Sunday night session. I'm going to go report here to my Discord group with an emergency message. If you guys are looking to get tapped in over there with our community, our family, we would love to have you. Join our website, zachrector.com, sign up for Patreon, get access to Discord, and we have Discord weekly calls every Saturday. It's a great place to get directly in contact with me. We would love to have you there. We are trying to bring more resources to the community on every single day, and we are now moving into the next phase of our operations, and that's all I can say on that. A lot of exciting stuff, a lot of momentum, and we would love to have you over there. For everyone else, thank you so much for your support with the super chats that came in tonight, for smashing that thumbs up, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates, and spreading the message. That's what you guys can do. That's all I ask, is just please tell your friends and family and those that you love most. There's a serious opportunity for us to take advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Don't get left behind. Get on board the train with Rosie Rios and the rest of the family. God bless all of you. I'll see you in the next one.